Hello, I'm Clarice Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's all about your love life. It's a full Celtic Cross tarot spread to find out about that. Now, it's a timeless reading. Whenever you get into it is good. I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Each one of them has got a deeper dive. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get even more information about the subject. If you do, toward the end of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box below, and that's where you can also find the timestamps to fast forward to your reading. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? And that's out with the 7 of Wands, which is the card of protection and you being okay, even if it's a no from you. Would you like the flower? Let's start with the 4 of emotions. The card of, I'm not really liking the options that I've got in front of me. Where's that option that I'll really, really, hell yes kind of an option? The one that I really want. Or the shell. And the shell is out with the 9 of Cups, which is all about your wishes coming true. Not someone else's wishes coming true. Not their wishes coming true, but your wishes coming true. So take your pick now. Don't forget to click like on this video down there while you're watching. Click on that subscribe button with that notification bell as well. And all of that stuff really helps me out. So thank you so much for doing that. And don't forget, I've got a live show 3 times a week here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. I give mini reads for donations. So if you're not ready to commit to a full private reading with me, but you just want a little bit of guidance about something, then come along in there. You can find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking Be Healing down there. So enjoy your reading. I'll see you in there. So if you chose the crystal and the Light Seers tarot deck, then this one's for you. Let's find out what's going on in your love life at the moment by way of Celtic Cross tarot spread. Now, as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, you want it to be a story, you might want to get that. If you do, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. What is this reading all about for you guys? Well, it's about the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is a card of protection. It's about you being good with yourself, by yourself, and if something shows up that isn't right for you, or when someone shows you the red flags, it's about you being okay about protecting yourself, about saying no, about being okay about yourself, and getting back to a point of stability in yourself from that place. So you might be in a situation at the moment where it was going good, dating someone, seeing someone, a red flag has shown up, and you're feeling unstable, like, I want to stay with this person, cling to this person, or I can't get over this person, I know I should say no to this person now, it's a red flag, but I don't want to, and I'm devastated, something like that. This reading is something about you being okay and stable and healed and well again after realizing that someone isn't right for you, or drawing a boundary, or doing something to protect yourself. So you could be in that situation right now, or you could still be recovering from finding out someone wasn't right for you. What's hindering you in all of this is the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about exciting news. You might be excitable. You might be easily excitable when you meet people, like first date kind of thing, or when someone shows you attention. And if you've been dating a long time, you wouldn't be in this energy, because the majority of people that you date will not be right for you. So you might just be a little bit overexcited, your fantasy taking over that somebody is right for you, early days kind of thing. And then when they show that they're not right for you, you've already invested a lot of yourself in it. And so then when you draw the boundary going, oh, there's a red flag, then you're devastated because you already put too much of yourself into it, instead of just being in that selection process weeks into it, and you're still in the selection process, and it's like, oh no, now I see you're not the right person for me. You know, because it takes a few weeks or maybe months for people to relax and show them the true selves in relationship. We know that from friendships and all kinds of things. Is we need to give it a while, and it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with us or our selection process. We shouldn't be able to choose just like on a whim based on a first meeting. Yeah, we'll get excited by it and hopeful for sure that they're going to be great for us. But if you're really if you believe that, if you believe yourself when you get hopeful like that, and you believe those fantasies that your mind comes up with, then yes, it's going to, when you come across a red flag, it's going to be devastating, because in your fantasy they didn't have red flags, and so it's like they've done something wrong. They haven't done something wrong. They're revealing themselves. You're doing the selection process to find out if somebody is right for you or not, and when they show you that they're not, then you move along to the next one and find out if they're the one for you or not. And you keep on doing that until you find the one that's for you, right? So it seems like you get a little bit overexcited when right at the start, Page of Wands. How do things appear on the face of it for crystals at the moment? High Priestess, you're relying on your intuition. So you think that when you're attracted to someone, that your fantasy is your intuition. I see this a lot. I see this a lot with like spiritual types, is that you can get caught up in those fantasies and believing it's your intuition, and that is what's causing you to get overexcited at the start. You believe that your fantasies are intuition of the future, and then you get devastated when you find out, but it can't be, because they've got this red flag, so they're not right for me. Or worse still, you don't say that they're not right for you. You stick with it and hope that your fantasy comes true. And that'll be even worse, because then you stay with someone that's got a red flag, someone that isn't right for you, and try and make it right for you. What's really behind that? What's really behind the intuition thing? The World. Completion of cycles. Let's get another one for that. What do you mean, the World? The Chariot. Now movement, travel. I don't understand. Tell me more. What's really behind the intuition thing is the World, which suggests travel, and Chariot, which suggests travel. Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Swords. Okay. Right. For those of you that have travelled and that perhaps are living in a different place than where you were born, the kinds of people that you are coming across now, or if it doesn't matter, in fact, if you've not travelled or not, we all have access to more and more nationalities and people from different places now, don't we? If I think back to when I was a kid, like 70s and 80s, it was really rare to meet someone from somewhere else. It was like a really strange thing in a way. Like there would be kids come to school with us that spoke a different language and stuff. It was a rarity, and now there's a lot of that going on. So you have access to all cultures, all different kinds of people, and when it was more select, like you were around your own tribe kind of thing, where you were from, there was less variance amongst it. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that people that you were exposed to and you expected as a child and as you were growing up are not the kind of people that you have access to now. And you're still expecting them to be the kind of person that you had access to back then. And they're not. They're from different places. They have different traditions, different outlooks on things. They do relationships differently and all of that. So their offerings, even though it could be big for them and it means what it means to them, it's not exactly the same as what it means to you. So especially for those of you who are attracted to people from different places, different cultures, different colours of skin, different ethnicities, different, you're going to experience this more than many. So what this is saying is, if you'd stayed in one place and the internet hadn't exploded and all of that kind of thing, and you didn't have access to all kinds of different people and different kind of cultures, for your love life, you wouldn't have this problem, because your expectations and your fantasies are in line with the people that you first had around you. So if you were getting advice from like your mum, your dad, friends, your people around you when you were younger, and you've stuck with that advice, it doesn't serve you anymore, because you're around very different kind of people now. Recent past energy, you've got the Strength. So you've been gaining strength, healing yourself, gaining strength, getting stronger. So what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, so they say. All the crap relationships that we go through, it makes you stronger, right? Learning and you get stronger. Yes, but double. But you're still tempted by different cultures, different ethnicities, different. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There's not anything wrong with that, but you need to be less believing in your fantasies than you need to be more open to find out who they really are and not expect them to be like you. Because we've all got access to a lot of people now and a lot of different cultures and things, doesn't mean that we're all kind of homogenized now and we've all got this one culture that we're all part of now, we're all similar. Doesn't mean that at all. So you're still tempted, you've been tempted, even though you've been gaining strength, you're still tempted by what is perhaps not good for you. And that's okay to be tempted by that. But there needs to still be a process that you go through, knowing yourself and what you're susceptible to, these fantasies kind of thing, to hold yourself back from that so you can choose well, so you can not superimpose your culture onto them and expect them to be headed into a relationship with you, not be on the same page as you in that. So really you want to be treating these people as aliens and getting to know what their species does, right, in relationships, rather than thinking, well, everyone's heart's the same, so they must be the same as me for relationships, because they're not going to be. Is what I'm hearing in this reading, and that's news to me. That's news to me too. What have you got in the near future? Near future coming in. 5 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles. A kind of disappointment as you start weighing up your options better. So as you change this from this reading and what I'm telling you here, if you do change what you're doing, you've got this energy coming in and feeling really disappointed with what comes towards you. Because then if you are like having a more realistic point of view, being more a realist and seeing what someone's showing you and kind of, in a way, expecting the red flags to come up, looking out for them. You don't want to be pessimistic, but you want to be realist and go, okay, well, I'm in the selection process. In all likelihood, most of these people that I'm dating or getting to know, they're going to have the red flags. They're not going to be for me. I'm going to win the lotto straight away when I go dating, kind of thing. And so, yeah, I will have more of an open mind about who they are and when they show me, and kind of be more weighing up my options more. What's good for me? Am I really choosing this person? What's good for me and all of that? That's going to disappoint you. It's going to be disappointing. Of course, a fantasy is much more exciting, but the fantasy is not helping you get into a good relationship. Yeah, it feels better. The fantasy feels better. If the fantasy could come true, of course, that would be better. That's not what you're doing, though. You're not creating the fantasy coming true with this, with what you've been doing here. We can't take someone, and if we just fantasize enough, they'll become that person. You can't create like that. We're powerful, we're not that powerful. So 7 of Wands is what this reading is about. It's about you kind of being devastated. What is it also about? When you draw up a boundary or when you realize that they're not for you. Here it is. Yeah, I knew this would come out, this Page of Cups, because this is you. The Hanged Man. So it's about changing your mind. Page of Cups is the one that's in the fantasy. Pig's flying, and it's just like a discombobulated Bob, I call this one, because his legs are up in the air there. He's just disjointed, right? His feet aren't on the ground. They're flying up in the air. Pigs are flying, and it's just like, it's not reality. It's impossible. Impossible fantasy. Changing your mind about the impossible fantasy. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying, hey, crystals, you really need to settle for less than you want. I'm not saying that. Changing your mind about the fantasy. It's not saying the fantasy that you've got for the ideal love life that you want, the ideal partner that you want. Hold on to that. Hold on to that vision. It's a faceless vision. You don't have a name on it yet. You don't know who it's going to be. Hold that vision for yourself. That is very different than meeting someone and then going, oh, I'm going to have a fantasy about you, and doing it on that person. That's what you need to change your mind about there. So do have a vision of what you want and don't settle for anything less than that. Yes. don't superimpose those people that you meet on it. That's what's tripping you up there. What are your fears? What are your fears, crystals? What are crystals fearing? Two of Wands. Your decision making. So you think that your pick is off. You think your intuition is wrong. You don't understand how you're picking wrong. You're just picking too fast, is all it is. You're just choosing before you should really be choosing. You're choosing someone while you're still in the choosing process. You're choosing someone before you've really found out whether they're for you or not. You need to have a much more lengthy choosing process. And stop telling yourself that this is your person as soon as something has started. Just because something has started between you doesn't mean that they're your person. So it's not your choosing process. Well, it kind of is and it kind of isn't. Nobody should be able to intuitively choose someone and know, like, the first person that you kiss is going to be your person. That's Disney. That's Disney stuff. It's not reality. The choosing process, the Two of Wands, you think there's something off with it. The kind of is, yeah, you need to be taking much more time to choose someone and not be presuming that you're choosing them before you are. What else are you scared of? So you're now actually fearful of your picker. Someone lying to you. So you're afraid that they lie to you. They don't lie to you, they show you themselves. Everyone shows you the best self first. That's a natural human being thing. That's not just in dating, it's in every part of life. So when we go for a new job or anything, we show the best sides, we do. And as I said, it takes everyone a while to settle in and be their full selves. That's not us lying. That doesn't mean that we're all liars or it makes all of us liars. That they don't match up with your fantasy is not them lying. They didn't pretend. So you might think that you've been like catfished. And there are catfishers out there, don't get me wrong, that will actually say that they're this and that when they're not. There are liars out there, but you're afraid of people lying to you, so you're kind of lying to yourself. And not matching up to your lies doesn't make them a liar, right? And judgment, again, your decision-making process. So you're fearful of your decision-making process, and I kind of agree with that as well with this reading, is that you do need to be taking much longer with your decision-making process. You and me both, hey. I'm learning to do that now. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to give them time, because when it feels right at the beginning, when it feels right, you just want that to last forever, don't you? You want it to keep on going like that. You want to invest at that point, and it takes quite a fair bit for me to pull myself back and go, hang on a minute, I hardly know this person yet. I don't know this person properly yet, so I can't believe that fantasy about them. What else? What about your wishes? What are your wishes? I do not believe that that's true. Oh. Right, the first one that came out was the Nine of Swords. I'm going to take that. I should have taken it. I didn't believe it, but there you go. I'm going to take it. I'm going to find it again. Now, it's the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is the card of anxiety, sleepless nights. It's not a good card, hey. Now, why would you get that out in your wishes? Well, it's more of an ending of it, the end of that tension, anxiety. So you're probably anxious attachment style and anxious in yourself all the time. Stressful kind of person. You're looking for comfort. You're kind of looking outside of your comfort zone, but you are looking for comfort, for your heart to be comfortized. Your heart to be taken care of. That's what you're looking for, right? And you're hoping for someone that eases your anxiety. I think you are in almost a constant state of anxiety, and I think a lot of us are, hey. And you're hoping for a partner that eases all of that, that takes you out of that. Now, it's hard when we're in a constant state of anxiety to make good decisions, because we often reach for the instant comfort, right? Like the painkiller or the fling with someone. that we pretend is more than it is. It gives us comfort. We cling to them. We don't even know them, but we cling to them. It's like, can you just hug me and tell me that you love me? And they're like, well, but I don't even know you. This is a one night stand. It's like, yeah, but can you? And it's just like, because that eases my anxiety in the moment. I can pretend to myself. So you might be looking for the quick fix rather than the thing that is going to ease your anxiety in the long term. Yeah, whenever we're stressed or anxious, it's never a good time to make a decision. What else are you hoping for? Four of Cups. That bright, shiny offer to come in. So you're not happy with what you've been presented with. The cups that you've been offered, it's like pretty naff. So you're hoping for this bright, shiny, someone is everything to come in. You're hoping for stability as well. To feel like stable, comforted, happy in yourself. And that feeling of feeling safe with someone, settled. It's like a fantasy in a way. I was going to say like how you imagine your parents, but it could be a fantasy about the parents. It's like what you imagined, what your fantasy was about the childhood home kind of thing, that you were safe and everyone's loving and loved and all of that kind of thing. Probably wasn't true. There's probably a lot of stressful things that your parents were going through, but or worse than that. But it's that fantasy of that all loving home, just breathe, sigh of relief, and now everything is good. In myself too is that hormonally, to be hormonally balanced, I need to be in a relationship, to sleep well, to bring cortisol down, all of that kind of thing. Anyway, but we can do a lot to heal ourselves so that we're good enough when we're single, and so that we can give ourselves more time to get to know people, so that they add to our life rather than detract from our life. We don't want to add anxiety to our life when we're anxious. We want to heal ourselves and be good enough by ourselves, happy enough by ourselves, and then bring a healthy relationship. If we're anxious and we want the relationship to be the panacea for that anxiety, we're not going to choose well, because we're going to rush into it. Okay, so let's get the outcome cards out. I'm going to reveal these outcome cards for you in the deeper dive, in that extended reading. So I'm going to get them out now. It's going to be a progression. I'm going to get a few cards out so we can see what's next for you. Nice. One. Well, that's a very good start. In the deeper dive, I'll also be getting a timing card out for the stuff that's coming in for you as well. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. You've got some amazing cards coming out here. 3, 4. Let's get another couple of cards out. 1 or 2 after that. Okay. Then pulling out in chunks now. I just want one more. One more, please. There it is. Okay. So, you have 6 outcome cards here. Yeah, very interesting. So, this is your outcome. If you want to find out what these are, it'll be in that deeper dive. I'll also be getting cards out from these love decks as well to give you much more information. I'll be getting a timing card out for the stuff that's coming in. And I'll also be getting message cards from your person out as well. From these decks as well. So if you're interested in that, I will pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. And it's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off this video down there. Leave me a comment, click on that subscribe button with that notification bell, and if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive for even more, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Flowers, let's find out about your love life by way of tarot reading, full Celtic cross spread. And so, as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this, flowers. So if it sounds like it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that deeper dive or even more. If you do, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get your cards out and find out about your love life. Oh, Four of Emotions, Four of Inspiration. This reading is all about, Four of Emotions is about you not being happy with the choices that you're presented with. So the offers that you're getting in love are not really what you want. It's not the full thing. The Four of Emotions there, the Four of Cups, she sits there and she's waiting. She's like, I've got these 3 cups, but they're a bit naff. Like, it's not exactly what I want. I can't lock it in. What I really want is the Four of Inspiration. It's marriage. It's something that is just like a hell yes for me. It's the whole shebang. It's when you meet someone and it just fits. You've not been finding that, and why not? Let's find out. The 4s come before change comes, before the 5 comes. The change isn't necessarily comfortable when it comes. The 5s in the tarot, it's not comfortable. The 4s are more solid, but only in the preparation for the change coming. What's crossing flowers in this? What's crossing flowers? What I'm trying to say is, it feels to me like something needs to change, but you're staying in your comfort zone because you've got something solid going on in yourself. But to get to the victory is on the other side of the 5, right? The 6s are the victory cards. To get to that, you need to go through change. You need to be doing things differently. So what is crossing flowers in this? What's hindering flowers? Oh, Knight of Inspiration and the 2 of Emotions. Knight of Inspiration is someone that comes through fast. They come into your life fast and they give you a big offer fast and give you a big something else fast as well. It's a lot of lust. It's a lot of love. It's a match kind of thing. It's you want the excitement. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying it's wrong. I don't know why it's come up in this position, these 2 cards, because they're very good cards. But I think you're holding out for, I think that's what it is. You're holding out for someone that you're very attracted to, and it's exciting, and it's going to be a big offer, and it's a big match kind of thing. It's hindering you. So it could just be a tiny thing. It could be just you're holding out for that. And it's hindering you because you know exactly what it is that you want, and you're not going to settle for anything less. So how do things appear on the face of it? It appears that you're open, nurturing, loving, open, ready to meet someone, welcoming new people in, getting to know them, that kind of thing. In that Queen of Emotions, open, receptive kind of a state. Being in the feminine, you know, and yeah, receptive. It appears that you're that. What's really behind that? Ooh, Muse of Inspiration and the Lovers. Ooh, what you're really open to. Look at this. It's fire, it's passion. The King of Wands. Passion, the one that comes in and claims you. You want someone real fiery that's showing up again and again, right? You want someone. So you think that you're open, but you're really open to a certain kind of a character that comes in all passion, lovers kind of thing. You want it hot and spicy, and you want it right away. So you want an insta kind of relationship. I'm trying to exaggerate these energies to get my point across. I'm not trying to put you down. Don't take offense at this. You want an insta relationship. I'm trying to get to the crux of the energies by making it seem bigger than it is. So I'm not trying to say you're really fickle and you just want D or something like that. But you want it all. I can see that. But you're particularly partial to someone coming in like hot and fiery, going, you're mine, lovers, straight away, match, kind of fast, fiery, passionate. Okay, that's what you're open to. Recent past, nothing wrong with it, but what it does, that kind of energy makes you, you got to know what energy you're in, right, to see what you're attracting, because that energy is very attractive to a lot of different kind of men and women, and it's going to attract a lot. That kind of a light is going to attract a lot. Yeah, it's going to attract King of Wands kind of characters, but it's going to attract Knight of Wands kind of characters too, that are all up in the passion kind of thing, that are in that fire, the lusty ones. It's going to attract that. You need to know that you're going to be attracting that too. More of the Knights than you will Kings, for sure. So you're in your passion, you're in your body, you are open to that passion. You want that forefront, and that's how relationships usually start, right? So it needs to start off with that. I get it. Recent past. So you've been stable, perhaps a little bit too serious and all of that, and you're like ready for a relationship. You might have been focused on your money, on your stability, on your home, sorting your home and your business out, that kind of thing, your career out, and it all got a bit stagnant, your love life, and you're just like, bring it on. I want some fire and spice now. Near future energy, what's coming in? What's coming in for flowers? Near future energy. The sun. Happiness. Good. That's what we like to hear. Got happiness coming. So you don't just want like short, fleeting Knight of Inspiration, Knight of Wands kind of an energy. You want it all. You know that you're it all, right? You are it all. You're the stability and all of that. You want the passion too. Why not? You're it all. You want someone that's got that full mix that you've got as well. Your true match is what you want. They'll make you happy. Yes, then you'll be happy. But you're not just going to go for someone that's stable. If they're boring, if they don't come in with that fire and passion, you don't want to know, because you need that. You need that in a relationship. I get you. So this is about the 2 4s. It's about 4 of emotions. It's about 4 of inspiration. What else is this about? This reading. The 5 of inspiration. This is what needs to change, and it's the Wands, and that sucks, doesn't it? That sucks. Okay. So I've got that very clearly, that I needed to tell you about the progression, the 4, the 5, the 6. The 4 is you're in a stable place and you're choosing, right? And you know what it is that you want. But then from that stability, there needs to be instability of the 5, which is where the change happens before you get to the 6, which is the movement and the victory. You're actually getting it. So what is the change that we're talking about? Well, the 5 of inspiration is the card of competition. It's about trying it each and every different way kind of thing, and looking at things from different perspectives. It's bringing competition into the mix. It's giving someone else a go. It's dating a lot of people. It's that kind of thing. It's changing your approach. The approach to the Wands, the passion and all of that needs to be changed in you. I get it that you're putting this energy out there, this passionate energy out there, and who you really are, and you offer a whole lot more than that. But this is saying that the change needs to happen in that energy for the 5 to bring competition into it. It's almost like making them fight for you. The 5 of inspiration isn't fighting, it's training. It's training to reach the goal kind of thing. They're all trying to reach the goal, and they're all trying it in different ways. She's like, can I jump in this water? And she's like, can I paint a picture of it or something? Or this one, I don't know what she's doing. They're all trying different ways. It seems like they're in competition, but really they're at school together and at the training together. It's like a think tank kind of thing. Even though you've got what it takes, you are it all, and you're trying to attract in someone that is it all, that isn't magically going to happen without you expanding your reach, letting more competition come in. Wouldn't it be just great if we didn't have to change a thing? We just held that energy, like the law of attraction teachers say, just hold that energy and then the right one will come. Yeah, no. We know that that's not true. We need to change something, right? We need to do something different. We don't get anything unless we do something, put action in some kind of way. This is saying that the action, one's are action. The action that you're taking needs to be different. There needs to be an element of competition that you bring into it. I think you just need to meet more people in a different kind of a way. Some of you might just need to make it okay to be knight of wands for a while you're sifting through people. Because you're right, you do want that fire and passion up front. You want it up front. If you don't have that up front, it's never gonna. It's only gonna wane from there, right? It's only gonna wane from there. And perhaps you've been holding yourself back from relationships because when that kicks off, then you're kind of stuck with one person until it fizzles out or it ends for some kind of blow up. But perhaps I think you just need to be open to more people. And if that means like seeing a lot of people at the same time before you decide on someone that who is right for you, who is that right mix for you, you might just need to give yourself permission for many, is what I'm saying here. Okay. What are your fears? STDs? Perhaps being labelled something. What are your fears? Or do you feel like it's going to keep the one that's right from you away from you? But you feel like you should just be like one person. If you're choosing wrong or choosing itself, choosing what action to take. Is that what's happening here then? You're trying to find that person that is completely right for you, but you're kind of having to push away this passion that you've got and those passionate ones because you think like, well, it's just a night, it's just another night, it's not the whole thing. I only want to enter into that with the right one. But you can't find out who the right one is until you're in that with them, right? To get in it with them, it's got to be the passion up front, but you know the passion up front is going to get you hooked, and then it's harder for you to let go of them. So your choice is really difficult. What else? Clarity. Muse of voices. So you're fearing like you're just not clear about it, what it is that you want. How can you choose? Oh, there's passion in the way. Any more fears? Because they're both kind of the same thing. It's about having clarity of choice. Such a dilemma. Hierophant, commitment. Fear of commitment, huh? So you could feel like you're getting committed too fast kind of thing, or you get hooked on someone sexually and then you forget to find out, get to know them, or you look beyond things that are like red flags. That, not red flags, that just aren't right for you, aren't compatible with you. What are your hopes? The Hermit. Wow, really? Hoping... Well, the Hermit is going it alone, being by yourself. But sometimes it's like knowing your path as well towards your happiness. Perhaps you're looking within and trying to do this without meeting a lot of people, dating a lot of people, doing a lot of people. With your energy, I think you need to give yourself permission to do that. You need to sow your wild oats, so to speak, until you meet the right one. You're hoping to say no. It's hard to say no and to shut things out and to know like who to say no to and all of that. It's just really tricky, really tricky. Because I know from myself, it's like I'm either saying no to everyone or I'm letting someone in and taking a chance on them. And it's very difficult for me to do that with multiple partners, to get to know a few of them at the same time. I'm trying to kind of date them, but as soon as I get into that, if it's passionate straight away, they're more likely to be right for me. But then I'm kind of locked onto that person a little bit too much, even though I'm trying to be open and trying to date other people and trying to get to know other people kind of thing. It's tricky. So it appears like you're open on the face of it, but really you're only open to kind of one thing. That sounds bad, but it's not bad at all. Anyway, let's get your outcome cards out because there's no more wishes coming through. Outcome. I'm going to reveal these outcome cards. It's going to be a progression. I'm going to get a few of them out. I like that one to come out first. I'm going to reveal these outcome cards in the deeper dive. 2, 4. 2 more, please. I'll also be getting cards out from these decks back here as well to give you much more information and guidance for you. And what else? 1 more. Okay. And if you want to find out what these are, I'll also be getting message cards out from your person as well. The person that's right for you, the person that's on their way. I'm revealing these outcome cards and all of these. If you are interested in that, if it sounds like this is your story, could be a story, you might want to get that. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. And it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. You need to check in those places. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystals of the flower and the shell. Click on that flower on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. That's what I've got for you. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to click like before you click off this video down there. Leave me a comment while you're down there. And don't forget to click that subscribe button with that notification bell. And so if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive to find out what those outcome cards are and all the rest of it, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell, and this one's for you. Shells, let's find out about your love life through the mystical tarot. I'm doing a full classic cross spread for you. So, as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. If we find that it is your story, could be your story, you might want to get that. If you do, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below too. So what's this reading all about? It's about the 9 of Cups. It's about your wishes. It's about the Knight of Swords. Rushing in to that. Something about being available, that when what you want comes in to fulfill your wishes, like someone that wants to make you happy, it's like going forward with that. Something here about, well, we'll see what comes out, but you could be either not advocating for what you truly want. So you're great at loving someone else, but not so great at letting someone love you and make your wishes come through. That might feel unsafe to you if you've been around kind of selfish people, that when they give you something, they resent it, and so you're like, it's probably better if I don't have what I want rather than having all the crap from them kind of thing. So you're either doing that, not advocating for it, or when it shows up, you're kind of something a bit like, oh, well, it could be the same thing. I don't want to rush into that. It feels a bit like, what do they want? Like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, why do they want to help me? You're suspicious of people. What's crossing you in this? What's hindering you? King of Cups. They love you. 8 of Pentacles. Reaping the rewards of the work that you've put in. Okay. This is about giving and receiving, this reading. So, you guys, you'll be quite happy to go into a relationship and love them, give to them, do things for them. But when it comes to someone doing the same thing for you, making an effort for you, putting in, it feels unsafe to you for some reason. You've had some kind of a past and it's made it, well, perhaps from the start, perhaps you've had this experience with your parents, is that they made you pay for it if they gave you anything. If you had your way, there was a lot of garbage that came along with that. Let's put it that way. And to actually reap the rewards of someone loving you, it requires you to be vulnerable to them. It's a vulnerable place to receive from someone. It is. You're vulnerable. You have to accept it, and that puts you in a vulnerable position. It feels a lot more comfortable because you're in control if you're the one that's giving and not allowing anyone to give back to you, not allowing yourself to receive. So this is all about the receiving of your wishes coming true, and you kind of being a bit reticent to do that. But like, what's up with them? What did they want from me that they would do that? When really, the other kind of relationships that you get into, you're not asking yourself what they want from you. You're actively giving to them. They're the ones that want from you. You're suspicious of the ones giving to you because you think that they want something back. Perhaps you've been taught that. It's like too good to be true kind of thing. Why would they want to give to you? Well, why wouldn't they? People that are good people like to give. We like to give. Good people like to give. It feels really nice. And share and stuff. It's safe. It's safe with the right people. It's not safe with the resentful people. So how do things appear on the surface? The High Priestess. So you're all witchy in your witchy ways and your intuition and all of that kind of thing. The High Priestess on the surface of it. What's really behind that? Ten of Swords, you have painful endings. Seven of Pentacles about your investment. So, right, here's going. It's all about investing, right? You're not letting people invest in you. You've had painful endings when you've invested. You've invested in someone and you've been waiting for that return of the investment. But here's the thing. You're entering into it in a one-way state. I want to give to them. I don't want to receive from them. And then you invest in them, you give to them. It's like, okay, now I'm comfortable with this person. Okay, now you can give to me. And they're like, what? I'm not going to give to you. And you're like, oh no, I've done it again. Yeah, you've done it again because you need to get yourself to that comfortable position first and go, okay, entering into a relationship. Okay, what are you going to do for me? And then you can bring someone, and you'll be bringing people in. Well, you'll be attracting people that don't want to give to you, but you'll be attracting some that give to you. And if you make that okay and go, okay, someone giving to me, you need to do it from the outset. So you need to do the work to get yourself comfortable before you enter into a relationship. Don't go investing in someone before they invest in you. You need to wait for them to invest in you first. Start giving to you, and you're going to have to get over that, whatever it is that has you pushing that away, that tells you it's not safe. Whatever has got you to that place, it's that stuff that you need to heal. Okay, recent past energies. Because the High Priestess up here, being in your intuition and all of that, that is more your work self. If you're a healer and you're intuitive and all of that, that's your work self. You're here to kind of help people. You're not meant to do it in your romantic relationships. You're not meant to do it in your personal relationships. But you're going to attract people that have got stuff wrong with them, right? The ones that want to tell you stuff. And they're the ones that you can give to, right? And if you're attracting those, so you're choosing them with your intuition, and then it's like, hang on a minute, I'm just giving a lot of things to this person and they're not giving back. It's like, well, yeah, they really were someone to give to. So you're choosing, I don't want to say that hopeless cases was what came in my mind, but not just hopeless cases, people that are in need of healing and all of that and in need of help. The ones that need your energy, that's your comfort zone. Your discomfort zone, but is what is better for you for a relationship or a friendship or romantic relationship is someone that will give to you, and then it can be both ways. So you need to stop investing until someone's invested in you, right? Recent past energies, you had someone come back in for more, a reunion kind of thing. Someone came back. Now, is that someone that's got something to give to you or not? Is that someone that you pushed away because they did have something to give to you and it felt uncomfortable, so you made an excuse as to why not to have them in your life? What's coming in your near future? Knight of Wands. Someone coming in passionately for a new start. I want to know what happened in that 3 cards. Let me know in the comments below. The person that came back into your life in the recent past, what happened to them? Did you push them away again? Someone's coming in all passionate anyway, Knight of Wands, for a new start with you in the near future. Ooh. Well, I hope they invest in you. Some of you just need to kind of hold back until not be the first to invest. I know it's like, oh, I really like this person, so I want to invest. But you need to stop yourself from doing that and just wait and see. But if they really want me, they'll invest. And that means, like, the way that I do that is I'm on Tinder at the moment, and I will match with them, right? I match with them, but I don't send them a message first of all. If they're going to invest at all, they're going to send me a message, right? So I let them do that first. And you might be going, but Claire, someone needs to start it, right? Well, yeah, let it be them. You've got a pattern here of over-investing while someone doesn't invest at all, and then it ends up in a painful ending. To choose the ones that will invest, just let them do it first. Yes, some of them might reciprocate, but generally not. They will step in first and make that investment first, and it looks like sending you a message first, asking you out on a date, just making that first move. Let them make the first move. And the second move and the third move and all of that. Wait for them to bat it to you, bat it back, kind of thing. Don't go over and above. Just respond. Be the feminine. Just respond. So this is about you getting your wishes met and then rushing into that rather than avoiding that. What else is this reading about? Three of Wands. It's about the waiting. The waiting for that one. Waiting for the one that what? Waiting for the one that is comfortable. So what you're waiting for at the moment in your energies is someone that's comfortable for you to invest in. You'll invest in them, and then once you're comfortable with them and you relax, then they invest in you. Who's going to do that? Would you do that? What you're asking them to do is this. Imagine this. So you don't do anything for them. You never message them or anything. You might respond to them, but you never initiate anything. You don't invest in them at all. You don't put any effort into the relationship at all. You just respond when they make an effort. Apart from that, you do not make an effort with this person at all. You don't give them a thing for a few months. And then when they start relaxing, you go, okay, now I'll start making an effort. You're expecting someone to do that. Could you even do that? Could you even do that? Who is going to do that? Nobody's going to do that. People are going to be themselves from the start, right? So that's why you can wait for them to make an effort, first of all. Because if they're the kind of person that makes an effort, they're going to make an effort. So you're waiting for the impossible. Stop that. Put yourself in their shoes and see what you're asking for here. Who could do that? Find a giving person who will just be purely selfish for the first few months? Nah. You're not going to find that. Because that's weird. No one would do that. What are your fears? Ace of Cups, falling in love. It's an overwhelming feeling. Right. What is it to you, falling in love? What does it feel like to you, falling in love? Is it like loving that other person? It's like they're so great and I want to do everything for them. Is it? Because there's different feelings, isn't there? There's a feeling that we feel for them when we think of them and how much we love them. And there's this feeling of being loved the way that they love us. That's the bit that you're not comfortable with. When you think of this falling in love in your heart, like full of joy, I bet yours is connected to how you feel about them, not how they're making you feel. So someone, say this phantom person, the selfish person at first, but it's going to turn into a giving person. If the selfish at first, right, how they're making you feel is not this. That's how you feel for them. How they make you feel is a bit left out, really, a bit disappointed. I don't know where I am with them. They don't initiate anything, so I feel like I'm missing out on something. I'm not sure whether they're really into me because I'm always the one that's kind of getting frustrated or wanting more, and then I reach out again and it's always me. So it's not a good feeling. That's not like, oh, I feel so loved. Some of you haven't been loved right yet, and you're not letting yourself be loved right yet because you're scared of that. But you need to get really clear on your feelings, not just your feelings for them, because you're great at loving other people, but how they make you feel. Because some of you the love that you feel for them is by far overwhelming, because you're great at loving. It's far overwhelming the feelings that you've got going on of how they're loving you. So it's kind of overwhelming it out. It's background noise. How you really feel about how they're loving you is background noise. You're not paying attention to it. You need to pay attention to it. How's this person loving me? How are they making me feel? King of Wands, you're taking all the action. It's the female version of the King of Wands. So you're in your masculine, you're taking all the action. You feared doing that again. You probably realise that. You don't want to be the one that's taking all the action, but this is the important thing. If you're fearing falling in love, it's because that you're That's only half of it. How you feel about that person is only half of it. The other is how they make you feel. You should be focused more on your own feelings of how you're being loved. And some of you shut that out because you weren't loved right, perhaps as a child, and you weren't loved right ever. So you don't really tune into that because it's too painful. It's like, I'm not being loved, so why would I want to feel that, you know? But you want to get into a relationship with someone that loves you, so you need to feel that, and you need to recognize it when you're not being loved, and it's not normal. Well, it might be normal, but it's not wanted. What are your wishes? Wishes? Ow. The Hermit. Why? Another, was it flowers? Was it crystals? Can't remember. Another one got this as the wishes. Just kind of being alone, doing your own thing. They're sad. They're sad because we want to be in a relationship, right? I need to find out about this person coming in here. King of Wands, that's more like it. You're hoping for them to make the effort. Yes, for them to be the masculine. Absolutely. And the Eight of Wands, you want someone that's communicating properly, directly communicating with you properly. Yeah. Okay, let's get your outcome cards then. I'm going to be revealing these outcome cards in that deeper dive read. I'm going to be getting a few out, so it's a progression to make it a proper reading and everything. In the deeper dive, I'll also be getting cards out of these decks at the back as well to give you further clarity. I want to find out about this Knight of Wands that wants this fresh start. Let's find out if that's more of the same or if it's the new for you. You're going to have to go out of your comfort zone to let someone give to you. Let's get your outcome cards for first because I'm confusing myself. Okay, 1, 2. Nice. 3. 4. 5. Right. And then, 6, 7, 8. You got a happy ending. Oh my god, you've got 8 cards out here, and yeah, it's got a happy ending, but you need to know your path to that. Let's just turn all these around. Okay, there you have it. 8 outcome cards. I'll be revealing those in the deeper dive. As I said, I'll also be getting clarification out for this one here. What is this all about? I think it's more of the same, but let's find out. I will be getting cards out for clarity, guidance for you from these decks back here. I'll also be getting these cards out too, which are message card from you people. I'll get them out for this Knight of Wands and also get them out for one character that might be showing up in here in your future as well, and see what they've got to say for themselves and get deeper into that energy. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive the email. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. Check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that shell on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, try it on a different device and it will. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Leave me a comment, click on that subscribe button with that notification bell, and if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly.